All right, Kenman here, and today is a long-awaited unboxing. I ordered this a little over a month ago. Finally here. What is it? Let's find out together. Before we start, I'm not sponsored by anyone. I purchase everything at retail price, and I do these videos because I love discussing knives. Wow, and sharing info and ideas with others. If you have any questions or thoughts, please feel free to comment below. Guesses, what's in here? What do we got? What did I get? What are we going for today? What is on the menu? Bag on the floor. This is an interesting box. I have never purchased a knife that came in this specific box, but I do have some knives from this company. Does anyone recognize it? It's new because it's got an image of the Vanchor lock on the new Vosteed right here. Oof. Man, that thing's got some mass to it. Cool little smiley face logo there. All right, we need to make one more little controlled cut. And we are in Who's With Me? All right, there is. I have received the box on the floor. Knife in this type of tin. The last one I got. Like I said, I have a few Vosteeds. 3 or 4, 5 maybe. But yeah, it's got this nice little tin. Let's get in. Boom. Very cool. All right, there's the bag. Ooh, we have a patch. Open the joy. Swish. Open the joy, swish. Sorry, my fan just kicked on a second. That'll turn off in a moment. All right, we've got a couple. Maybe got two got stuck together there. The Vanchor lock, swish. Open the joy. The Vosteed patent Vanchor system. Excellent, excellent. We've got our cloth. Who is as excited as I am? It's a cool, nice little patch and sticker. And another patch right there. Zip a zip. Whoa. Wow. They've got these cool bags with that orange on the inside. Nice, cool little touch. There it is. If you haven't figured it out by now, this is the brand new Vosteed Ankylo. Just came out recently. Some people got it a while ago. They were on the Kickstarter for it, and then some early birds and stuff. And I placed my order, and it said it would not ship until July. And it ended up shipping a little early. Here we are. I've got it. It is just before July. Wow, this is got some weight to it. So, is this... There, that fan just went off. Sorry about that. So what, is this just supposed to be like, is this just a lanyard bead? It doesn't look like it goes anywhere on the knife. Comment below. But yeah, to me, I think this is not to swap out. This is actually for just like a bead. It's a nice little extra bead that was thrown in. If I am wrong, please let me know. Shut up, Kenman. It's been 4.5 minutes. Open the knife. Ho, ho, ho. There it is. The Vosteed Ankylo. What are we looking at, Kenman? Gorgeous knife. This orange is awesome. I originally wanted the green one with the gold accent, but now I'm sitting here looking at this orange. I do not feel mad about it at all. It's got an L-Max blade. Got that little label right in there, and says Vosteed on that side. And an aluminum handle with the nice frag pattern on it. Excellent coating. Ooh. So this has the new Vanchor lock, which is a button lock, but the button is right there inside the pivot. I'll do it with my right hand first. Basically, there's the button. You push that down. Oof. Drop shut. So there's your flick out. Drop shut. Flipper tab. Ooh, it's a little stiff. Probably got to get some work it in a little bit here. I was just trying to be super light and lazy with it. Really tiny little nub for a flipper tab in the back right there, but it works. Button drops it shut nice. You got a front flipper. You can kind of hear that it's almost a little tight, like the button needs to be worked in a little. There we go. Popped out nice. Ooh, that little choke up spot. This feels really good. Oh, this is kind of like, that's how I want a knife to feel for like a daily user. When I put it in my hand like this, that tip where that is, I'm excited to use this. Lefty. There we go. So the Vanchor lock. It's got a lot of travel to it. You can see when it's fully out there, it kind of sticks out a ways. I wouldn't say it seems like it's stick crazy. Like when I hold up here, I can't squeeze it in. Seems like you have to squeeze it in fairly far to get it to engage. How about that? Boom. Okay, it has a clip swap. So some of the earlier versions did not have that. The one I got, you can swap the clip to the other side. So for the lefties, it's got a little tab that fills in the spot over here, and then you can go ahead and pull that out, swap the clip to the other side, and then put the tab in on the other side. I don't mind that at all. That looks great. I'm going to get that flipped over right away. I can tell when I hold it to do the finger flick like this, that's generally when a clip that's on for righty carry, when you're holding a lefty, it's kind of a little hot spot on your thumb. And so once I get that flipped over, that'll feel great. Lots of fidgety kind of style going on here. We have the fuller hole that can't quite get out with my thumb yet right there. The flick out with that same hole. You've got the rear flipper tab. And then we also have that front flipper tab. So definitely designed with some fidget in mind, a little extra action to kind of mess around with. Looks like all these pivot screws or the pivot screws, body screws are T8s maybe, or they're just big screws. Yep. So the body screws are T8s. And then the pocket clip screws are 6s, kind of like standard in the knife world. Oh, this thing feels awesome. Everybody enjoy these brand new knife unboxings? If so, hit the like button. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. All right, centering is, that blade is right in the middle where it's supposed to be. Lockup is very solid. Feels great. I am happy so far. Jimps. Huge, nice, long, stacky row of jimps right there. Get your thumb on there. They feel nice. They're deep, but they're not like sharp in any way. They got a nice kind of slight edgy curve to that spine. The choke up spot, those could almost ride out just a little bit further, but they feel fine. My thumb is still on them. Oh, it's home. It's home. I dig it. So because it is a Vanchor button lock, there you can see, look at this. Okay, I'm just noticing things. See how like the button is flush? Right now you can just see this flat disc that's that size, and then when it's open, now you can see that button sticks up. So when it's out, you can see how much travel that button really pops out. We'll close it again, and you can see now that button is back to kind of lower and flush. So that's kind of something It's high enough up there on the pivot that you're not really touching it when you're opening it because you're down here. But then when it's open, it's out there. But I can grip up, squeeze on that. I'm trying to get it to go with my palm. Let's see if I did it with this hand. I could, yeah. If you squeeze up there tight, choked way up, and you put your index finger right on that, you can do it right and get it to go. But you would know that you were doing it because you can feel your hand on it. You would be like, okay, I'm not going to place my hand like that. But that is something to consider. But when I'm doing a big choke up, it's going to be in my left hand, and I can't really push right in that particular pocket on my finger. So it actually looks good. I'm not sure on the camera how it's turning out, but this orange is like, it's just got this metallic kind of richness to it. I really like the orange shade quite a bit. And then the black stone-washed coating is a nice, subtle black. Very clean looking. I like the shape of the blade. Oh, this thing. I am excited about this. Okay, get some nice clean close-ups. Boom. What Vosteed should we look at next? There's a lot of good stuff coming out from Vosteed. Button swings pretty standard to like what a button does. Wow. Okay. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Let's zoom in here. Get some measurements. We are looking at, it's not quite a full-size knife. It's not big, but it's got a nice thick presence to it. 7 3/4 totally end to end. And we're looking at that blade is under 3 1/4 right at the center, but it wants to be 3 1/4. It almost kind of is when you come out to there. You could say it's almost 3 1/2 up into there, but there's no blade right there. Actual cutting surface is about 2, might be easier on this side, 2 7/8 with a nice little curved little belly there. 4 1/2 inches right on the money for the handle length. Okay. Blade thickness, it looks like it's a little bit thicker, but you can see how they've got this little extra cut right there to take some weight off, make it a little thinner, but then you look out there where it's that thickest point. So those are the thick spots we're going to go for. Usually is mostly, not quite full-size knives, about 11 or 12. We're looking at 13 right here. And if we go to this thick spot here, 12, probably almost 13. Oh, sorry for the reflection there. But yeah, we're looking at a pretty thick blade, but it does come down to a nice edge. I like that. And look at how they're able to get extra thickness and stuff out there with these cuts. Handles are usually about 1/2 inch thickness in this range. A little bit thicker, 0.55. So as far as the not quite full-size knives, this is on the larger end of that. Okay. It does feel heavy. 4.9. It is kind of a pig. I compare everything with the CJRB Pyrite. It's a great button lock. They have a lot of different varieties of the Pyrites. If you are interested, my favorite one would be the Rose Gold Bowie. But we've got our standard Pyrite right here, and they come in at about 3.67, and this Ankylo is 4.9. So it is definitely, like I said, when I picked it up, I could just tell it's got some weight behind it. Size-wise, though, let's take a look here. You put it next to the Pyrite, and oh, wow. Thickness, it's just significantly, it has a lot more presence to it. Overall length, though, if I line them up right here, we're looking at maybe 1/4 inch and a less than 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch there. Cutting surface on the blade is almost identical. If you look at this thickness, though, the presence, because they're really not that much different in size honestly, but it looks so much larger. You know what I mean? I'd have to bring this way up to here to make them look like they're the same size. It's definitely got some beef going on. You can tell with that weight and that inside this lock, there's probably a lot more stuff going on in there. Another one of the newer offerings from Vosteed right now, whoops, is the Talaris. So the Talaris thickness is similar this direction, but it's another 1/4 inch shorter on the front and the back. It's a little bit smaller than the Pyrite, but it's a cool crossbar lock offering. Like I said, the Vosteed's been making some cool stuff. They got these nice, interesting looking designs. I actually like the thumb disc. I was not big on thumb discs, and when I saw the thumb disc on this one, it didn't really do much for me, but when I'm actually using it and trying it out, I realized, like, okay, this is actually pretty cool. But yeah, the Ankylo is definitely bigger. Who has one? And are you liking it? Which version do you have? I've heard some people have had a few issues, some with the button. Let me zoom this back out a little bit. Sorry about that. Some people have had a little issues with the button or a few little things with it being stiff, or I guess in my version, the flipper tab has been changed. They kind of updated that and kind of fixed it, and they did not have the clip swap. When I ordered it, the one I ordered did not have a swappable clip version, and I guess what happened is they ran short on those, and they messaged me, asked if I was interested in the one with the swappable clip, but everything else was the same. And I said basically as long as it's all identical and it's got the LMAX blade, because they do have another one that's a little bit cheaper, like 40, 50 bucks cheaper, that has 154 cm blade. And 154 cm is great, but if they offer it in this LMAX and I'd already paid for it, I was, basically that's what I wanted. But it was nice that I got this one with the flipper tab, or I mean the pocket clip swap, because it's got the better flipper tab from what I've heard. I don't know how the other one was or what's been upgraded, but I'm pretty excited about this. Great stuff coming out, like I said, from Vosteed. Another excellent choice they've got is the RS Chaos. Button liner lock on there, so it's like a liner lock, but it works like a button. You can check out my vid for it up there. But if you're interested in a Vosteed, feel free to use my affiliate link down there at the bottom. It helps the channel out. Check out something cool like this RS Chaos or the brand new Ankylo with the Vanchor lock. I'm really liking it. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.